ready for some football here in Chicago at historic Soldier Field. Tonight, a pair of NFC foes squaring off. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. Nick Folk ready to do the honors. And off we go on Thursday night primetime. Khalif Raymond to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that'll be 1st down Chicago.
Let's see, Kate. Establish a run, cash in on the opening drive, and play from in front. That's the dream scenario to any contest. And runs like that, it gets the ball rolling.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Go and run again with Swift. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Williams to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. There's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
1st down. Here's Swift. And he's going to have this down at the 42-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on 1st down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Staying grounded with Swift. And the 2nd down run produces 7 before they bring him down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Here he is on 3rd and short. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down.
Kid, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroy that play, they destroy drives. Well done, defense.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his 1st time out. Oh, he nearly coffin cornered that one. Just a little too far, and it's out of the side of the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
New set of downs for him from the 31. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. He dodged the tackle. He finds space, middle of the field. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown.
You know, Kate, I think one thing we've clearly learned about the analytics of this game at the NFL level, explosive plays matter. And to get one on the opening series, that has got to feel good for this offense.
Point after by Folk is up and good. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Bears nothing.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Here's Raymond on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. It's taken in by Romadunze. Nothing doing after the catch, but a good gain on it. They're down to the 35.
A gain of 10 yards.
They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
On play action, here's Williams. Throw right side, hauled in by Komet. And this is a small pickup to the 39-yard line. Christian Harris on the stop.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
2nd down now, they need 7. Williams from the gun. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Here's Williams again. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. Devin Tompkins back deep to return. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Falcons taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with a home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you can start to murmur, and we might even hear a few bluebirds.
And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Motioning the tight end now. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Thrown for his running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Man downfield, and he finds London. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
We've reached the end of one on Thursday night prime time. 7-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Staying with Robinson. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's a Falcon first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Tua setting up to throw. Short pass brought in. And he gets this down at the 13-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Running it after the penalty. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Tua now from the gun. Steps up and he's running with it. And he gives himself up after a short gain.
I don't mind that scramble at all, Kate. It makes that defense think this guy's not just going to sit in the pocket all day. But I'll say this as well, like I do all the time. When you're going to scramble as a quarterback, make sure you protect yourself.
All right, they need 7 here on 3rd down on what is the 9th play of this drive. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Falcons pull that in front further, 13-zip. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons double their lead to 14. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Josh Blackwell to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Williams set to pass. He set up the screen here to Swift. Up the sideline, past the 40. And he has this all the way across to the opposing 45. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
1st down, Williams to throw. This is Loveland working the right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
At the Falcons' 39-yard line.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. They're going to run here. Kyle Manunga. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, that is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
Williams to throw on 3rd. The throw left side finds Birdie. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Off the play fake, Williams. He's going to keep it this time. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They go heavy on this 1st and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation. Pinned off running right. Here's Swift. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
That was the worst call ever. Why does this have to happen? Fuera, man, I can't believe this. Way to blow it.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Colston Loveland. And now it'll be 3rd and goal. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, if you couldn't do it.
Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Santos' kick is good, and that'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Devin Tompkins to return. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Out of the field runs the Atlanta offense. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their 3rd touchdown in 3 drives. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Escapes a defender. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They strike for 23 yards. And that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory. Finds him on the slant. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Tagovailoa back to throw. On target to his man Zacchaeus. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Here's Tua. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. A pickup of 17. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons get more points to end a lopsided 1st half.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single high or 2 high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Folk with a point after. And the Falcons push their lead to 18.
21, Bears 3.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half. The Bears going back on offense just before halftime. They're going to have to be quick about anything that they want to do here, partner. Enough time for a few snaps at most. 1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Now here's Williams. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Luther Burden, the guy he was looking for. And now they face 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Williams to throw. He's got Khalif Raymond. And that will not be enough for a first down. All right, whistles. They've got a timeout. 7 seconds to go in this half.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the first. Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. So a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Back to throw it. Finds the in route complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. The Bears bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Tompkins now to return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Out comes the Atlanta offense for the debut possession of the second half. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
On second down, Robinson. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Gets this one to London. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunk of yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Tagovailoa on first down. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They've got first down here from the 36. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Tua off the play fake. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
28, Bears 6.
It's all lined up. Falk ready to send this one flying. Blackwell now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. First call here coming from the shotgun. Williams from the gun. Gets his running back. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Find Diablo there on the tackle.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. He was looking for Luther Burden. And that brings up third down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Third down, here's Williams. Pass brought in by Burden. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down, Williams. Throw left side is hauled in by Loveland. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. To the air yet again, Williams. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Falcons bringing out an extra defensive back for third down. Here's Williams again. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that third down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this. On fourth down, it's Williams. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs. First down, Tagovailoa to throw. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Second down and 10, Tagovailoa. And they'll try to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on third. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring it fourth down.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that third down.
Fourth down, and on comes the former All-Pro Jake Bailey to punt. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And he sets them back to begin this drive. That kick goes out, and I'd call it about the 12-yard line. The Bears about set for their next possession. And after they were stopped on fourth down their prior possession, Brock, you got to wonder if they're going to be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. This drive's going to begin with a run by Swift. And he's brought down, and a penalty flag out on the play as well. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. They're coming off a fourth down try that didn't work in their favor. Let's see how that might affect the approach they take this time out. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Working from the gun, Williams. Throwing the out route complete. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Looks like the Falcons are opting for dime coverage for this third down. Throw here, third down. Drops it underneath, Swift. We got the football block, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker, fourth down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Collects this at the 32. And a nice strong effort there on that return to take us to the end of this quarter. So we've hit the end of this third quarter for this Thursday night primetime game. It's Falcons football, and they hold a commanding advantage in this one. First down from the 42. Tua now from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A 6-yard gain on the play. And that's a Falcon first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next third down coming.
Going to the ground again on first. He gets Gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. The jumpiness backs him up. Now 6 to go on 2nd down. They'll run here following the penalty. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that one.
And he'll gain about 7 on this one as he gets him down into the red zone. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Another carry for Robinson. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Falcons put up even more points in a win. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground.
Let's see, Kate. I think in bowling, you get 3 strikes, that's a turkey. You know, in hockey or soccer, you score 3 goals, that's a hat trick. What we could call this, other than simply splendid.
Point after by Folk is up and good. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again.
Bears 6.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Here's Raymond on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Here come the Bears back out on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st down, Williams to throw. He set up the screen here to Swift. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Williams set to pass. Finds him over the middle. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be 1st down Chicago.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage. at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Williams will look to throw. This is Loveland working the right side. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down Bears.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
First down throw by Williams. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Williams from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Jump off caught by his back. And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. Desperation time here. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs. All right, one more snap here before our 2-minute warning. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. Blast through midfield. 30. The 10. All the way. That's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons keep running away with this. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. His 4th total score of the game.
He just keeps scoring and scoring and scoring it. Look at the juice he showed on touchdown number 4. He actually looks like he's getting stronger and faster as this game goes along. Just wow.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons continue piling onto this lead. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. To throw is Williams. Short pass brought in. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
That's taken at the 15. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Robinson running the zone read. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that is good enough for an Atlanta 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st and 10 from the 32. Robinson on the inside give. And this hasn't been a common side out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the 2nd half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm